Okay, by now we're familiar with the layout of the books in our U-Boat War and Photo series as the most in-depth and complete library quality reference books to be found anywhere in the world. Nothing comes close. Each volume is 8.5 by 11 inches, around 300 pages, and with more photos than we can count. Each and every boat is covered in great detail, including the yard that built her launch date, commissioning date, her skippers with photos and their history, her missions, and her final fate. We list all the ships attacked with photos of most of them. We continue to list the men who were killed in action with each boat, all 28,863 men, something you won't find anywhere else. The U-Boat War and Photos, Volume 4, covers U-81 through U-105. Let's take a look at just one boat so you get an idea. We selected U-99 for obvious reasons. Otto Kretschmer was a member from 1985 until his passing. He was a good friend. I had a sleeping room in the Kretschmer household in a suburb of Emden. This is a very lengthy history, so we will skip over a lot of pictures, especially the pages that have the ships that were sunk by U-99. So many people are not aware the Golden Horseshoe was not painted on the conning tower like so many others. It was actually a horseshoe that got caught in the anchor fluke and brought to the surface. The men painted her black, or gold, I'm sorry, the men painted her gold, screwed her to the conning tower fairway. But I told Otto that he had the horseshoe wrong way because the way he had it, all the luck ran out. HMS Walker, that sank him, had also a horseshoe for their emblem, but it had the ends pointed up, so the luck did not run out. The above photo is during the Indienststellung, which means the commissioning, and you'll see Otto Kretschmer right there, second man from the right. You'll note he does not wear the white hat. Otto Kretschmer never wore the white hat, and there's a reason for that. It's explained in this chapter of the book. Here is just a short biography of probably the greatest submarine commander of World War II, and it's rather lengthy. Most people don't know that he was almost lost when U-99 went down. He stood at attention on the bridge to prove his theory that a sinking ship does not create a suction to pull a man down. He was correct, but then he had to swim about 100 yards from his boat to the scramble nets on HMS Walker, still dressed in his leathers, and he was very tired. He hadn't slept in a couple of days. What happened? It's in the book. These are photos of some of my visits to the Kretschmer home, and this one is one of my favorites. We were having breakfast on the breakfast patio in his home. Otto was reading the newspaper. I was opposite him on at the table. Mrs. Kretschmer was in a chase lounge working a crossword puzzle about American television doctors, and I was helping her out. She's interested because she's also a doctor. Their little schnauzer named Yuli came up and laid down at my feet, and Otto looked up over his newspaper, and I still remember as if it was yesterday. He said, "Yuli is content. My family is complete." What a great compliment. We are obviously not going to go through all 48 ships that Kretschmer sank, plus a few others that he damaged. So we'll just go through these pages rather rapidly. These are some facts that nobody else knows because Otto told me all this himself. It's in the book. And there is Kretschmer's famous comment to McIntyre on board HMS Walker. He was the only one who spoke English because he was a year at Cambridge in England, and he flashed out on the signal lamp, "Captain to Captain, please help my men in the water. I am sunking." Not so perfect English. The upper photo is Red Ramage, member 948 of Shark Hunters. He won the Medal of Honor. He was one of the top American skippers, and he told me that he learned his tactics from a guy named Kretschmer. I told Otto about this while we were in his living room, and Otto was absolutely astonished. So I had to pull out one of the books he had on his shelf to show him that's exactly what Ramage said. The photo below is Jürgen Wattenberg, Shark Hunters member number 154. He was the training officer when Kretschmer and Schepke were cadets, and some of the tricks they used to play on him, I'm surprised they graduated. They called him the Uhrmacher, which means the watchmaker, because he was so precise and fastidious in everything he did. The details are in this chapter. When Otto had an Italian submarine commander on board as a trainee, they sank a British ship and rescued one of the men. He was a little bit dazed. He was in the Zentrale, and Kretschmer could not speak Italian. The Italian skipper could not speak German, but they both spoke fluent English. So here this guy wakes up from being pulled out of the water, and he sees these two captains talking to each other in English. He thought he was on a British submarine, and his comment was, "Okay, boys, let's sink that damn Nazi." Koitschke, Siegfried Koitschke, was also a member of Shark Hunters, member number 225, a funny guy. He was Kretschmer's Erste Wache-Offizier, first watchkeeping officer, and one time Kretschmer found it necessary to hit him on the back. The whole story's here. We go into the famous Battle of Bowmanville a little bit, where Kretschmer grudgingly admitted that he did hit the captain of the guard over the head with a ketchup bottle, and then the guards opened fire, and this is Volkmar Koenig, Shark Hunters member number 5428. He was a Fähnrich, which is a midshipman on board U-99. Unfortunately, he was the last guy to get into the doorway of the mess hall, and he took a bullet in the back and a lot of concrete splinters from another bullet that hit right next to him. Didn't kill him. He pulled through and became an incredibly wealthy, successful businessman in Germany after the war. This chapter also goes into the honors court that presided over the first watch officer on U-570 that the drunken seasick crew surrendered to a British airplane, and that caused so many more U-boats to be sunk because the Brits realized that the submarines could go about 300-400 feet deeper than they expected. Kretschmer sat in as commanding officer of that honors court over the first watch officer. Here we explain why you never see a picture of Kretschmer wearing the traditional white cap. Kretschmer had a winter home on the Costa Bravo in Spain. In the same area, Erich Top, member number 118, had a home. Leon de Grelle, member number 1835, had a home. And also, this is where Isabelita Perón was sent after she got ousted as president of Argentina. Interesting photo of her. What's interesting is this was not during the war. This was made in 1974. It's explained in the book. Otto also explains how when he was sunk and a prisoner on board HMS Walker, He was asked to join Captain McIntyre and two of the skippers of the ships Otto had sunk as a fourth for bridge. This is when war was halfway civilized. When he was in prisoner camp in Europe before he was sent to Canada, he and some of the other officers were asked if they would join in a football match, which we know as soccer. Okay, there's a lot in this chapter, a lot in this book. This has been a little longer video presentation because Kretschmer and U-99 were the top of the list. To place your order, just go to www.sharkhunters.com, click on Shop, then on Books. All our books are listed there. You can order them using PayPal, any of the major credit or debit cards. We'll even take your check. These books are in stock now, so place your order for quick shipment.